Hi guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 7 of season 2 of Golden Kamuy. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me and join me in this great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we understood more about Tanigaki and his background story, plus we know that now Tanigaki reached Ashiripa and all the others. Let's see what's going to happen today. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. Yeah. Yeah. But are we sure that those people were Ainu? I mean, because he didn't know that they joined the forces, of course. Oh yeah, they were definitely from the Aino village. Okay, I was a little bit suspicious for nothing. Okay. Mm. Yeah, something that human beings can control. That means kami-sama, that means God. Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to create this relationship between gods and human beings that is a proper one. The typical thing of ancient cultures. Exactly. Even the thing of gifts. Yeah. What is he thinking about? Because even Ashiripa, she was having a strange face. Of course, she doesn't like that woman. Okay, tell her. Yes. I think it's the proper time when everyone is asleep. Does she know already? Ah, because she's about to die, right? No, no, there was something else. No, exactly, he is over. You should believe him. No, because they believe in dreams. Yes, yes, it's like a premonition or an anticipation. Mm. Wow. But you're important to her, so she will never interfere with your mission, with your goal, I guess. I don't think she wants to come back. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. It's about her dad, so. Mm. But Tanigaki, you should tell her the other important thing. That means someone is betraying her. Or there is somebody who should or could betray her. That woman, who is that woman? Look at. Maybe, anyways, somebody related to her. Ah, okay. And in fact, that's the gun that he received at that time from that Ainu boy. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then he received this gun even later from that boy when they were inside that Ainu's house. Ah, so he had a son. That's in fact what happened to Tanigaki too. I mean, he joined the war, but he has never really wanted to do so, in my opinion. And in fact, now he left. Kawaii. We know that this seems like a Hachiko's story with its owner, Itai. I mean, yeah, dogs are really loyal. Sugimoto! Yes. Ready to go? But Tanigaki stay with them because. No! Oh, good job! Thanks for being here because. Okay, okay. Eh, look. Mm. But Tanigaki, tell her about that thing. He still has to confront Tsurumi, eh? I think he didn't say anything, but. No. Another crazy person as much as Edo guy, I mean. That's not something to be envious, sincerely. What the F? Oh my. Wait, be quiet. Ma say it. And in fact, he couldn't kill him. Oh, now he's going to attack him when he... Is that it? I mean, he said just I'm disappointed. Uh, yeah, he got that. But oh, goodbye. Wow, so this is even better for him because he couldn't wait for that. Why does he have to translate every time? Yes, that's true. Poor Tsukishima. That's why he's speaking the dialect. The dialect. But oh, yeah, even Ogata has a sad story. Yeah. Oh, okay. But maybe she got angry. Okay. Oh no. No, he didn't come. Exactly. Mm. Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely true. Ooh. What a strange destiny. Yeah, he was innocent. Yes. Oh. No, my, I expected that, to be honest. Wow. This episode, this episode is amazing too. No, that's the worst thing to say. Oh my. And of course he killed him too. No, he meets a Tsurumi. Oh. Ah, because this was before, right? Yeah. Ogata, I think you have the chance to become happy now. Okay, guys, another incredible episode finished. First of all, I want to talk about Tanigaki and the fact that he reached the Ashiripa and he could talk to her about the grandma. Yeah, I really liked once again, I want to say this, I really liked the moment in which they were talking about the traditions, beliefs, customs, and whatsoever regarding Ainu. I think that that was a great parenthesis in order to get in touch more and more with them, because we needed to know their beliefs in order to understand the characters like Ashiripa, for example, and her beliefs. So I think that that was really nice, even when she was talking about these ceremonies that they are making with the head of the bears, how important it is for them to create a relationship between the humanity, human beings, and gods, and how they wanted to repay gods from their will to help them thanks to gifts. Yeah, these look, this reminds me of Maya, because even in their cases they were making ceremonies, they were making sacrifices in order to contemplate the gods, in order to be grateful to them, because they were also believing that the gods, they were giving them the elements to keep going on living. And that's why I'm saying that I really like these subjects, because every time we are getting in touch with, I call them ancient cultures, even if we are talking about 100 years before, because here we are in the Meiji era. I call them ancient because every time we are talking about these great relationship between the human beings and gods, and how devoted they are, and ceremonies they are making, the traditions, the clothes, whatsoever. Of course, I know they were over there in that area even before 100 years. I really like the way in which they explain us all these things, and I really liked even the fact that they are giving importance to dreams, because they believe that that's a sort of an anticipation of what's happening next. Yeah, sometimes I also believe that. I mean, there are people who believe that dreams are just the opposite of what's going to happen, and other people who believe that dreams most of the times are an anticipation of what can happen later. I think that that was really awesome to see that even these beliefs are coming from things that they believe that they can help to create a future thing. And that's why I'm saying that thanks to these episodes and the way in which they are explaining us what was the background, the environment of this culture. That was really awesome. Look, the next time I go to Hokkaido, I really want to visit the Aino Museum because you know that it's new. I mean, they opened it recently, and that's really awesome because you have more than 600 pieces from the Ainu culture, if I'm not wrong. And if you're interested, you just tap on Google the Aino Museum in Hokkaido, and then you find it. But that's really awesome. I really want to go there one day. Also because even there are some things left from the Ainu culture in which you can understand more about these beliefs, the customs, the clothes, the traditions behind all this culture, and that's why I really love that. But look, I expected that Tanigaki was about to tell Ashiripa the most important thing, okay, except for the fact that grandma might die, and I hope not. I hope that she waits a little bit more until Ashiripa will be able to come back home. But at the same time, I hope that Tanigaki was about to tell Ashiripa that there is an intruder, that there is someone who wants to betray her. That was the most important thing, because I think Ashiripa doesn't know that, doesn't even sense it. And I still believe that that's the best friend of Nopperabo. I still believe that he is the one who's hiding something. And of course Ashiripa can't expect anything from him because he should be the best friend of her dad, so of course she's not expecting that he can betray her. But let's see if Tanigaki, anyway, by staying next to them from now on, that's a great thing, and I really like this. I mean, I really trust Tanigaki, especially after the previous episode in which we could understand more about his past story, and I think that we can trust him 100% because definitely Tanigaki, thanks to Aino, could go back to what he was before, and war was just consuming him, was just taking him on the wrong path, while meeting the Aino, meeting Ashiripa at that time, and consequently even the rest of the villagers helped him to go on the right path once again. And that's why I think that by being grateful to her, he will never betray her, never, never. Second of all, I wanted to praise even Ogata's background story. I really liked this episode, and I really liked how the author makes us understand why Ogata is like this. I mean, usually you see characters who are cold, characters who are not showing you any sort of emotion, characters who seem to be rude and seem to be distant without a meaning, or just because they have to be evil, just because they have to be the villains of the story. Even in the case of Ogata, you understand that he was never loved completely, and he was orphaned because he didn't have a father. This father has never cared about him, and he was wondering why he always had to be abandoned like this, just because he was born from a mistress, just because he was born from a geisha. We know that at that time it was something really bad. I mean, it was considered as if you were not part of the elite society, because definitely by being born from a geisha, there were some rumors, and every time the geisha was connected with a girl who was not definitely noble, or with a mistress like in this case, so the reputation of a geisha was not what we might think now when the tourists are coming to Japan to watch geisha or to check them while they are dancing and whatsoever. That's a totally different conception. But yeah, I can feel Ogata more now. I think that his background story was simply disgusting and definitely sad. Ogata was growing by being miserable and by not having the proper parent figure that could suggest to him, that could support him. And I think that even when he tried to kill his mom, because of course his mom still believed that his father could come back and could take care of them, of course that was not possible because he was making a new family, a real family from his point of view, on another side of Japan. And definitely Ogata felt all that moment, and that moment was cursing him, was cursing even his personality, because from that moment on he understood that he had to take care of his mom while it was not his duty, because he was just a child and he had to carry this heavy burden even if he was not supposed to. And yeah, I think that characters like Ogata suffer at the beginning of their lives, but then I still believe that they will have a chance to change, and they will have a chance to remake their lives for better. So that's what I wish to Ogata. I really hope that he is going to be part of this team. I mean, I hope that he's going to join Ashiripa, Sugimoto, and all the others, and to try to be happy, because that's what he really wanted to be since the beginning. He really wanted to find the path of happiness, and I really hope that he's going to follow the same steps as Tanigaki, because I think that by being surrounded by good people, good energy, good vibes, he can definitely modify his life. It's never too late, and that's why I really hope that for Ogata. Even if we understand that by looking at the ending of the episode, he then was joining Tsurumi, and Tsurumi was telling all these things, but Ogata already understood who Tsurumi was as a person, a deceiver, a seducer, as much as he was saying. So I really like that Ogata is even intelligent to understand that he was just used by Tsurumi throughout all this time. And even Tsurumi didn't even care about him, while in this case, by spending the time with Ashiri, Sugimoto, Tanigaki, Shiraishi, even all these other people who are next to this team, yeah, I think that Ogata can change. And I wish this for him, because he really needs a second chance, because he has never had one, or the previous one was so disturbing that he has never deserved that. I agree with him when he says that you can't choose your parents. Definitely true. But you can choose the people you can be surrounded by. That's why I'm saying that Ogata has a second chance now. Because he was not loved at all, was not cared at all, and now maybe he found a team of people that time after time and day after day can start caring about him, can start creating a bond with him, a real bond. And in this case, if that happens, it's because he chose these people, and not because he was supposed to stay with them. Then even when he was killing this brother he had, a step brother, I of course don't agree when he killed him, because that's not good to do. That's something that was not meant to be. Also because this stepbrother was innocent. Yeah, he was right. He was innocent because it was not his fault that he was born from his dad and his real wife, right? But at the same time, I understand that this will to know if he really matters, if somebody really cares about him in this world. And the reason why he did that was not because he was hating this stepbrother, and in fact he said that, but he just wanted recognition. He just wanted to be acknowledged, or he wanted to see if somebody really cared about him, especially his dad, because that was the real question mark of his life, because he has never had the chance to meet him for real. He didn't have time to spend with him. He didn't have moments or memories that he collected with him. So definitely we need to see even the perspective of Ogata, not just what's right and what's wrong, but even trying to understand that this character needed love. And even when he's saying that love is this abstract conception as much as God's, that's true, because we can't have a perfect definition of love as much as we can't have a perfect definition of God's. We can't understand if love really exists because it's something abstract, as much as we don't understand, or we can't understand if gods exist, because of course they are an abstract conception too. Until we don't see them with our own eyes, we can't say that they exist. So I really like all these themes that were well described in this episode specifically, and I think that sometimes we are absolutely believing that just because we tag concepts, that means that they exist. Yeah, we always put a tag on love by calling it love, but what's love? What's God? What are these definitions of these abstract concepts that we decided to call them like this? But who decided to call them like this? Since when can we call that thing God or love or hate or peace or something else? But we were born by knowing these words because other people told us these words. So as you can see, the importance of words, and these words that are important or that they matter more when they are referring to feelings, when you can create a connection between words and feelings, and if that's corresponding, then you feel happy. But when these two things are not corresponded, you are asking yourself, what's love at this point? Because I've never felt that. So let me try to understand it, or let me do something to repair what happened to my life. That's why I'm saying that this episode was pretty intense, and I was so happy. I like when authors dedicate part of the story to analyze the characters, to get in touch with them more, so we can be empathic and we can find parts of us in all of them. I think that after what happened to Tanigaki, after what happened to Ogata, now we can create a different opinion about them. At the beginning, without even knowing his story, we thought that Ogata was just a sniper, a cruel person, and whatsoever. But as you can see, a person in the present time is the consequence of his past or her past, what happened previously, the past actions or the past events that were making this character becoming what he or she is. And absolutely, Ogata or Tanigaki are two great examples. And now there is one character missing that I really wanted to get in touch with, and that character is Sugimoto. Because as you could see, even when he was talking to Ashiripa and he was talking about the gold, and the more you have this gold, the more you can be happy, of course, he was even referring to his personal mission. That means to take care of the wife and child of his best friend who died during the wartime. But was he referring to that situation only? Or was he referring to something else? In fact, Ashiripa was looking at him as if she was not understanding what he was saying, because of course Ashiripa doesn't know that he has this promise to keep. And of course, by knowing Sugimoto a little bit, we know that he really wants to keep that promise, definitely. Let's see what's going to happen with episode 8 of season 2 of Golden Kamuy. Thank you so much for the support, and see you in the next video.